Hello, everybody. Welcome to an awesome episode of the Final Whistle podcast. Today, we're taking it outside of dragging people's teams and talking about transfers and what has been going on in transfer window. Today, we want to talk about for every soccer fan, every football fan, there's that one moment they hold dearly in that they will never forget. Every time they think back to what made them start watching soccer, their journey in football, where it started, and now everybody have that one moment they hold on to dearly. And today we're going to discuss that one moment. And my name is Adeni with my co-host.
Adekunle.
Welcome to what's going to be an awesome episode. So, okay, as usual, I will have you go first because
Yeah,
I
I
always
know.
want to. I always want to hear your own moment before I say my own. So,
Oh,
um, you've been watching football for so many years, and I'm sure you have a moment that you hold on dearly to. So, what moment is that, and what makes it so special for you?
I'm sure, like every football fan, it's very difficult to pick one moment, but because there are so many moments, as a football fan, football itself can be emotional. Days that you felt like, oh my God, we were cast. Days you felt so excited. Those people are days people have cooked different bands and they are there, but you won and you came out victorious, and you just had to laugh in the face of different haters. So many days. I had to it was a tough one, and it wasn't also a tough one. I'll tell you when I give you the moments why it wasn't also necessarily a tough one, because I had to think of, there are moments like Aguero moments. that's
As a
that's
city
what that's one moment. Like,
fan.
there are moments like Messi dribbling past about five Real Madrid players to score at the semi-final, at Santiago Bernabeu. There are
Mm.
moments like that stands, that sticks. But bro, as a football fan, looking at all my career, what I have held dearly, what I have supported teams, players, the biggest moment for me in football that I hold dearly is the moment Gonzalo Montiel scored that penalty against France and Messi fell to his knee at 2022 World Cup.
Of-
And like Peter Peter Bruce said that day, Messi was sainted on the day. He's like a football fan. I've had so many arguments with people, and one thing that's always house. Most times people talk about win the World Cup for Messi. When you try to talk
Mhm.
about God, let him win the World Cup. Let him win the World Cup. It's a conversation that has been going on. 2014, I felt this pain. Losing that final against Germany, but
Ah,
you see that 2022, that moment Montel scored that penalty and Messi fell to his knee. Bro, you know what came to my head?
for
We are finished football. That's all.
for
That's all.
for a
I'm
football
gonna ever
fan,
hold that moment. I'm
for
gonna
a
ever
football,
hold it.
well, for a City fan, I would expect your very moment to be number one, not and Messi.
I'm a City fan, but I've been watching football, and I've had legends of the game that I've supported in football many, many years before I started supporting City.
Uh
Bro.
huh.
Yeah, so I'm a City fan, and I just, I'm not like people. Some people are always scared, or people bans them and say, when do you start supporting City? I've always watched Premier League. I've always watched, in fact, Premier League was the first league I started watching football in my life. Premier League, that's where I started watching football. I used to watch Arsenal well, Manchester United well, because I had bros that are Manchester United, Arsenal fans. So I watched Premier League a whole lot. But I started supporting Barcelona.
Mm.
And at the point I stopped supporting Barcelona was when I embraced Manchester City. But I've picked Manchester City as one of my favorite teams in the Premier League long time, even before Pep Guardiola went there. Because when Manchester City was signing, they brought in a lot of Barcelona legends as directors, and they started
Mm-hmm.
signing players from Spain, Silva, Yaya Toure. So Negredo, it brought that interest. They were by default, like, they became my favorite team. But bro, I've always
But
had
when it
players
now
like
come to you picking
Messi.
a moment, you decide to go with Messi, your
I
first love.
will any you know me very well. I'm sure you know. Messi comes first when it comes to anything football. Messi comes
That's
first.
I think all City fans would be glad to hear that your first love
Me,
is actually
Messi
Messi, it's not your
Messi
own
comes.
club. Well, that's why people
Messi
always say
comes first.
City doesn't have fans anyway. So now we can see that all of
Messi
you are
comes
supporting
first.
fans.
I'm sorry to any club,
Eh,
Manchester City,
it's
Barcelona,
always
anything
Messi.
that has to do with Messi, you find me there first.
And that's why you are putting on an Argentina jersey today. We can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's why I'm
I
putting
should
on
have known
Argentina.
before we even started the topic. I should have known that this is what you are going to pull up today.
Also, should we say maybe you want to say something about Inter Milan?
No, I mean I'm not. Hey, whatever
But
Messi
that's
is
it.
doing.
But that's it. To be honest, following that closely, if I had other moments, yeah, like the Aguero moment, like you said, like Rodri's goal. Rodri's goal
In the
against
Champions
Inter
League.
Milan, against Inter Milan Champions League. That's another crazy moment, bro.
I feel like if
Because
I'm a City fan and I don't know, maybe I would
you
have
know,
played.
you know,
I don't know.
do you know, do you, do you know? I would even have a clash picking between Aguero's moment and Rodri's goal, and I'll give you a reason. The reason is that Aguero moment, Aguero moment will go first because of the euphoria, the everything. Scoring that goal was just. But you see that Rodri's moment, he completed a lot of things. He completed
Yeah, it was like
questions
the
around
last.
Pep
It was
Guardiola. He
the
completed,
last
yeah, with
crown for you guys.
yeah, man,
Makes
you
sense.
know, yes. So there's so many moments like that, bro. Yes,
Makes sense.
so
Makes
many
sense.
moments.
Well, I'm
But
glad you
2022 World Cup, when we finished everything,
when we finished everything. You're a Nigerian.
yes,
You're not Argentinian.
we Messi
When
fan.
we finished everything.
Ask
Who
Messi fans
you
anywhere.
you
I'm
be
sure
screaming
Messi fans
uh,
will agree with me.
and then
Most
surrogate
of them anyway.
England. Oh, football will come home. When is football fan anyway? Don't let us digress. We are keeping it to moment.
Let's
Um,
hear your moment. What's your own moment? The one you
oh,
hold dearly, the one you never forget, the one any day, anytime
it was
means so
actually
much
about
to
to.
you.
It was about to. I was thinking I was gonna pick when Nigeria beats Brazil at the Olympics, and because I actually watched that game, that was my first foray to celebrating anything that has to do with Nigeria football. But then I also not thought about it. Like I've been following Arsenal since so long, and one moment that every time that I'm always proud of, I still have the jersey in my closet actually, that I'm always proud of is Arsenal doing unbeaten, and not just doing the unbeaten, but winning the trophy at the
What's the moment of from that season? Give us
That's the
moment.
moment. That moment.
Well, that's not moment. That's a full. You just pick a full season.
No, I didn't pick a full season. Listen, I
You
said
said the what's
the
the
moment.
moment?
No, I started with Arsenal being unbeaten, but
Yeah, that's
that
Arsenal being
last
unbeaten is a
the day
season.
that the trophy was confirmed was at Tottenham Hotspur's ground, and
What happened the day
the
on
reason
the
why I'm
match? What
picking
happened? Give us
it,
something. Don't scope us. Don't scope us. Give us
Scopus.
moments. We want moments. You are giving us what you are giving us. See, what you are giving us is
See,
one
ask any
Arsenal
no,
achievements that you
hold
won't
on.
forget.
Ask any Arsenal fan across the world. Take a
Mhm.
poll. Ask them their top 50 moments in this life. If
But
unbeaten is
that's not
top,
a moment.
unbeaten is a moment. Is we
No,
got we
no, 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 no,
lifted
no,
the
no. That's not moment.
how many
That's
clubs
not
lifted
moments.
the
That's
golden trophy?
that's 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 you can say the
It-
biggest Arsenal achievement that you never forget, or the
no,
biggest football
no.
achievement that you never
See,
forget.
it's
I don't
not
agree with
just
you.
it's
I don't
not just
agree with you. I don't agree
hold
with
on.
you. I don't
It's
agree with
not
you.
just an
I don't.
achievement. This achievement
Do you know?
was
Do you know
stamped.
why? Should I tell you why I don't agree with you?
Wait, hold on. Which stadium was the achievement stamped? Do you know which stadium was stamped?
Oh, leave all those ones. Should I tell you
Which
why I don't agree with
stadium?
you?
Answer the question. Which
Leave.
stadium was
I need
stamped?
to tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm not agreeing with this. Your pick of moments.
Why?
Hold on.
Why
The reason why I
agree?
don't agree. See,
Uh,
league. You play 38 games.
mm-hmm.
Now, 38 games starts with game one. I'm
Okay.
sure that season when you were following that league from week one, there are probably weeks that Arsenal didn't play well. Maybe week 5, week 4, week 6. That
And we're able
because
to get
because
draws out of the games.
because inside is not there. We are looking
Mm-hmm.
at this retrospectively. Now I'm trying to push you back to memory lane. There are probably
Mm-hmm.
times that you've watched maybe week 5 and you feel like why are they playing like this now? Come on, or why didn't we? Or maybe a game you guys drew and you're like, why we should have won that game. We could have done better. So league and achievement is mix of memories and moments. There are
No.
moments that oh
I do agree.
you
It's
you
mixed of
you
memory
you
of
the
and
why
moments.
us to should they
My
why
own
us?
biggest moment in football ever
You the
that I'll
why
always
us?
remember is that day that Arsenal finally lifted the golden trophy to
Okay, is
say
it when they
we
were
got
giving
a
them that
whole
trophy?
season
Is it
unbeaten.
when they were giving them that trophy
See, let me
that
tell
you
you
want?
one thing.
I can
No,
agree to when
the
they were
trophy
giving them
was the
that trophy as
crown.
a
It was the
moment.
crown on the effort. All right. Let me tell you one thing. that last game, that no, it wasn't the last game actually, but that game that the victory, that the championship was confirmed against Spurs, there was a lot of bitterness before the game happened. They were like, "Oh, if Arsenal scored, Arsenal should not celebrate and whatever." And I think Eri actually did an interview recently about it, and to the extent that when Spurs finally equalized, they were being cocky, and Eri had to tell one of them that, "Do you know we only needed a draw to to leave this trophy?" And then he jubilated after the final whistle for that moment where he
Okay,
was
I agree with you now.
that
Fine, you've given
alone
us your moment.
will always
We've
give you
given us
that.
your moment. I
That
have
is
a question for you. I have a question for you.
mhm.
As a football fan
uh,
that you've been watching football for so many years, which time, what moment have given you one vibe that you watch it? Maybe it was a goal, maybe it was a foul, maybe it was a clearance, maybe that you got one vibe like, man,
it's always going to be the Arsenal unbeaten. It's you that doesn't want to classify it as a moment. As a moment, it's always going to be. Show it's always going to be
guys, they
Arsenal
are
unbeaten
finally,
because you expect me to
finally.
pick something maybe Ronaldo or Messi or one guy has done.
No. I'm
I've
expecting
always,
Arsenal.
wait,
I'm
hold on,
expecting it might be Arsenal moment. To
hold
be
on.
honest,
I've always told you.
I was just expecting a moment
Wait,
instead.
hold on. You know, I've
For
always
example, let me tell you something. Should I tell you
about how
something?
I watch football. I don't
Should I
watch
tell you something?
based on one player or two players.
No. This
Arsenal
is not.
some
Now
magic.
you let me tell you something. Now you let me tell you
What?
something. Let me tell you something. It's not. The reason why I'm saying it's not even about this. See, if they tell me that in national history, if someone asks me
Hmm?
that adequately in national history, it's strictly Arsenal now. That Arsenal
Mm-hmm.
games that you've won randomly. Think back some moments that you will never forget in Arsenal history, or moment that, or momentums or whatever. You see, there is a game, there's a goal in Arsenal.
Because that's the way
Arsenal versus
you want you classified
hold
moments.
on. No. I'm just telling you. Arsenal versus AC Milan. Arsenal
Mm-hmm.
versus AC Milan.
Which one?
That
Fabregas or Adebayo's goal?
Walcott went. Yeah, that the one Fabregas scored dynamite. But there was a goal that Walcott went past. I can't remember how many players, but he
That's
went
the
down the
Adebayo's
line,
goal.
scored, played the play, goal for Adebayo, and then Adebayo scored. Then
Mm-hmm.
some players ran after Adebayo, some players ran after Walcott. You see,
For me, as an Arsenal fan, that's not even a
hold on.
moment.
There's a reason why I'm saying something. I'm telling you something. I'm not asking you to pick as much. I'm just telling you that this was not it was not
Mm-hmm.
pre-planned for me. I'm telling you
Yeah.
because you see that goal. There's a way
Mm-hmm.
inside my head from the match that I watched is that if you wake me and just say Arsenal, there's a way I will just bring it out because it's somewhere. If
The
you get
funny
what I'm
thing
trying to
is,
say,
that's not the
if you
biggest
get
goal
what I'm trying
Arsenal
to
has
say,
ever scored. How can it be a moment for anybody?
no,
there
because
is
that is why
there
we are talking
is
about.
there is the Ashavin goal against
No,
Barcelona. There is Henry's first goal against Manchester United, chesting the ball, boom. There is
no.
Watford goal to cover the penalty. There is Kanu goal
Neil,
against Chelsea.
Neil,
Yeah, that
that's why I'm
goal will
telling
not
you
go from
that.
my mind.
Neil, that's why I'm telling you that stories and narratives that goes behind moment is
Of
what
course.
defines it. There are some times that see, when I was in uni, there are days we go and
Mhm.
watch a classical. We go and watch a classical. The whole hall will be filled. The level of hotel last for bro. You yourself, you will know Chelsea fan because when Ronaldo went to Real Madrid, Chelsea, those and Mourinho was their coach. Chelsea fans, they were Madrid fans. Man U fans, they were Madrid
No,
fans.
of course.
All of them. The only set of fans that are always divided, maybe
Mhm.
Arsenal fans. You still find some Arsenal fans that like Barcelona, but you see the rest. They are always so. If you have a all field of 100 people, just know that maybe you have five Barcelona fans and maybe 3 or 4 or 5 other people that just still like the Barcelona. The remaining 90, bro, the hotel, where go they go? So there are some days like that you see the goal. The way
Okay,
the goal came,
okay.
the
Oh,
goal might
okay.
not be. Hold on, there's
We
something I'm trying to describe. The goal might not be a very beautiful goal, like you
uh-huh.
think, like you're thinking of one beautiful goal. The goal
Mhm.
might not be, but the moment as a fan you were, the circumstance, the whatever
Okay,
surrounds it,
okay. I
how
do
you
agree with
felt,
you.
the energy,
I do agree with you. But
it
before
will
we
stay
go,
with you
before we
forever.
go, I'm going to say this thing. Like you said, it's not about
Yeah,
how beautiful the goal is. Most all the goals I mentioned,
yeah.
even the Kanu goal against Chelsea, wasn't the first goal wasn't as beautiful, wherever. But the moment in that game was Arsenal coming from 2 goals down and winning 3-2 at Stamford Bridge. But that aside, I'm going to say this, and I will say this thing because you always say you follow Arsenal forums. Go to those Arsenal forums and drop it there. Arsenal fans, please give me your top 10 moments since you started following football, and you see what's going to be number one. I can bet you $100 that one
That
beating.
what?
It's you that is not classifying
No,
unbeaten
you're
as a
not
moment.
getting. See,
No,
nee,
I'm
nee.
getting
I
it.
feel like
No, I'm
no,
getting it.
nee,
But,
nee,
but
nee,
this is
nee,
what I'm going to
nee.
give.
Hold on,
This
nee,
is what I'm
hold
going to
on,
give. Let me.
nee, hold on. Let's create background to this thing. Hold on.
Okay.
I think this is it. Where you're probably setting the scene is this is all about background. Where you're setting the scene, there wasn't a common understanding.
Hmm.
See, an achievement. I'm not saying I
No,
expect Arsenal fans. I expect 10 million Arsenal fans to talk
no.
about.
ZK, the mistake you're
See,
making, the
if you meet
mistake. Let me
Arsenal
let me
fans,
tell you the
on the
mistake you're
average, all of
making.
them will always talk about this unbeaten. This
You're
unbeaten.
boxing
All
your
of them will always
definition
talk
of
about it.
moment. You're boxing your definition of moment into just one thing. That's the mistake you're
Into
making.
a moment, what I'm saying.
You're
If I'm
boxing.
saying moment, it should be series of max 1 minute.
All
Something
right,
that happened in one
all
minute
right. Let's
that you will
let's
not
let's
forget.
let's leave
That's
this
what I'm
episode
saying.
to this one and let's allow people to comment and let us tell us.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Something that happened on the field of play in like 1 minute, and that
No,
1 minute you will never forget it.
you
You hold
can't
it
limit
dearly.
moments to something that happened in 30 seconds or 1 minute. But let's leave it like
That's why
that.
we call it moments.
Let's
We call
allow
it
people to comment.
moments.
Let's allow people to comment and share their opinion of what their
Yeah, yeah,
opinion
yeah. Let's hear from people the moments
is.
they'll never forget. What do you think? What do you think, guys, about moments? What is that moment you never forget in football? As a football fan that you remember, it sticks with you, stays with you, maybe based on the circumstance, maybe based on how you hold it dearly, or maybe because it's just somewhere in your what it was that part of our sense of brain called that
Mhm.
there's a place where it stays that you just never forget. You can always pick it and you can always recollect. So, and on that note, it's a final one from us for this week's episode. Till we see you again. Stay safe, guys.
Thank you for watching. Let me stop.